everyone, welcome back to the DPS podcast. This is me, Vidushi Kimiri from Class 12 Science, and today joining me is Keshav Agrawal from Class 12 Commerce. He recently attended an MUN and won the Outstanding Delegate Award. That's already impressive, but what I really wanted to know was the journey behind how he got there. He has been attending MUN since grade 8, so the idea here is to talk about how people's experiences change over time and what people actually miss when they're talking about MUNs.
Hi Vedushi, thank you for having me here. Okay, so the first ever MUN I participated in, I wasn't planning on participating. I registered on the first day of the conference. Our coordinator, she actually encouraged me. I went to her office. She called me to her office and told me that I would do great. And I listened to her without any reason because I had listened to her and I registered. I called my dad, got a change of clothes, and went into the committee. I thought 20 minutes of research would suffice. It didn't. I was overwhelmed and I was incompetent. I learned a lot though.
Yeah, you did get an opportunity to learn and do better the next time.
Exactly.
So, starting from grade 8, when you first signed up for your first ever MUN, did you already know what it would be like, or did you have another idea of it? And now that you look back at that first experience of the MUN, what's one thing that you think that you completely misunderstood?
I misunderstood the entire thing. I didn't know what the agenda was. I think the agenda, I don't remember the agenda of my first MUN, but I didn't understood a single word. I had to call my brother and I asked him, what is this? What is this agenda? I don't know what this is. And in my first MUN, I thought it was gonna be a normal formal debate. I'm gonna give a speech, people will give speeches. That's it. And we'll argue a little. I wasn't used to debates either, but it was completely different. People were plotting coups inside the committee, forming alliances, forming enemies, and I was a part of those alliances. I'm a kid. Any older guy would just convince me.
I also heard that you were one of the youngest people in that MUN.
I was.
So it was really an experience that you would be wanting as a kid as well. So, most people just picture MUN as debates, all these like alliance strategies, all that, debating speeches. But if you had to describe it, describe what it actually feels like from inside the room, what would you say exactly?
It's a mix of both formal and informal. During the moderated caucuses, a subpart of the agenda, for example, my agenda, this MUN, was regulating the transfer of conventional weapons and conventional weapons to non-state actors and conflict zones. Now, when I saw the agenda, I didn't know what the most of the agenda
sounds
was.
long and so complicated.
What is non-state actors? What is this conventional weapons? Most people, they don't even know what the agenda is. They basically tell chat GPT or some AI to prepare a speech on the agenda, and they go for it. But that's not how we are supposed to do it. We are supposed to research everything related to that agenda. We have to research our country's views on the agenda, on the subtopic.
Knowledge of everything.
Yes. And moderate caucuses, we give those speeches to our country's views, right? And one error will cause other delegates to attack you. They will destroy you. And the chair, he wouldn't be lenient either. He will ask you questions and he will deduct points like I've never seen before, and your chances of winning are done. There are two portions to this. Okay, one is mod, the one I just told you about, and the other is unmoderated caucus. There you can roam around, communicate, form alliances, and that is where the real drama happens. That is where you get to see the personality of all the other delegates. That is where you choose your alliances and your enemies. For example, there was this particular delegate that he was supposed to be my ally. He was supposed to be.
But he wasn't acting as your ally. Exactly.
He wasn't. He was a people pleaser. He was talking to his enemies the same way he was talking to me. And to be honest, I wasn't exactly planning on winning. I was just focusing on having a good time. But in the end, I was like, I don't care if I lose. I won't let this guy win. And then,
So that is how you won the award. I see now. For me, it honestly sounded more complex and more fun than what I was expecting it to sound like. Your approach might have changed quite a bit. So, if I ask you to compare your first MUN to the recent one that you've attended, What were like certain things that you noticed in the way you handle things in that kind of environment? What are the things that you brought, changes that you brought into your strategy of performing in conferences?
In my first MUN, I didn't have a strategy. I didn't know what a MUN was. Okay, I was completely clueless.
Oh wow.
My legs were shivering the first time I gave a speech.
You must be feeling really anxious there.
Yeah, I was anxious. I was anxious. I was nervous. I was overwhelmed by because there were students from college there too. So yeah, and yeah, I was overwhelmed and I got destroyed by the competition there. In my second MUN, I did a lot better. I was older. I knew what an MUN was.
Oh
Okay, this
yeah.
time I know what an MUN is. Okay, I can do it.
You got a real feel of it.
Yeah, I know what an MUN is now. Now I'll win. Okay, still, I didn't understand the agenda in my second MUN. I didn't understand the agenda. I was focused on giving a lot of speeches, speaking a lot, and yeah, I spoke a lot. I gave a lot of speeches. I attacked other nations. I knew who my allies were and who my enemies were. I still don't think that I did enough research, but somehow I got lucky and I
So you
won the.
played your cards right.
Yeah,
I see. I
yeah.
see. So coming to the recent conference that you attended and you won the Outstanding Delegate Award there, when you first saw your committee and your agenda, what was your reaction? Because for me, when I heard what your agenda was, I was like, what on earth is that? It's so complicated. How did you feel about it?
Okay, so when I first saw my committee, I actually wanted economics related committee. Okay, I wanted an economics related committee, and when I saw the committee, I was like, okay, dissect. Now, what is dissect? Well, let me Google it, and then it was disarmament and international security committee. I was like, okay, let me do some research about it, and then I saw the agenda shares, and I was like, what? What is non-state actors? What is conventional weapons? Is it
So many buzzwords.
yes, like the major part of the agenda? I didn't understand the major part of it, and then I just looked at the background that our shares and I focused on my country's views on the things that are in the background, the topics that were given in the background. And yeah, I knew what was the main topic we were going to discuss in the committee. So yeah, that background helped me a lot. I think everyone should focus on reading and understanding the background sent by their chair because it's common in every MUN.
A follow-up question regarding how decisions and discussions take inside the committee. From the outside, people talk about like strategies, alliances, all those words, but I don't think people actually understand that. So how do these things take shape? How do these things unfold there?
We do have to strategize a lot. Okay, a lot. People most of the time they are planning to betray their allies. You need to. Yeah, it's common for all of us.
When they started announcing the awards, what was going through your head? I need to know that. And what do you feel actually made the difference in your performance? Because you had some expectations, you went there, something else happened, and they were now finally announcing everything. The results are out, the awards are being announced. What went inside your head at that moment?
Okay, even though I was planning on enjoying the conference more this time, I didn't know I was gonna get an award. I had an idea because I did put in a lot of effort. Yeah, I knew what I was talking about most of the time
I'm sure
in the
you were
committee.
amazing.
Nah, I don't know about that. Yeah, and I was nervous going to the stage when they called my name. I was like, yeah. But yeah, I was still nervous, even though I knew I was gonna get an award. And yeah, I was really happy. I told my mom. I texted her, "Mom, I won second place." Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. So, Keshav, if someone from our school, be your friend, be it me, wanted to try MUN but felt unsure about it, what would you tell that person to encourage them to join and participate in conferences?
I would tell them to just go for it. People are gonna judge you either ways. If you speak, they'll think what you're talking about. They'll focus on what you're talking about. They might be impressed if you know what you're talking about, then they'll be impressed. And if you don't speak, then they'll think, why is he or she there to, why have they participated? Why are they not speaking? They're supposed to speak. And if you speak nonsense, then they'll attack you. They'll be like, what is she speaking, right? What is
Yeah.
she speaking? What is she? Then they'll Focus on that. So people are going to judge you either ways. Just go for it. Just speak. Be confident. You cannot always be confident, but at least portray yourself to be confident. I always do that.
Fake it till you make
Yeah,
it.
fake it until you make it. Exactly.
So that's some solid advice from you. What I'm taking from this conversation is that MUNs really depend on your performance in MUNs, really depends on how you've prepared and how you think in real time. Also, it depends on the way you adjust to things that you don't exactly know how to tackle. So
Yeah, so I think another important factor would be listening.
listening.
You need to listen to
Mhm.
your allies, to your enemies. You need to listen to what they're talking about. If you don't listen, then they will speak nonsense and you will let go of some very easy points that you can add in your speech, and then you
Mhm.
can question. For example, the delegate of UK is talking about the arms treaty, but they are not following it themselves. Okay,
Mm.
then I can easily question, right? Why is the delegate of UK
That's a
talking
weak
about?
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why is the delegate of UK talking about the arms treaty, and
Mhm.
even they are not following? They might be following it. I'm just giving an example.
Example. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an easy point you can catch on to. So you need to listen. You need to
Mm.
listen. You need to be prepared. I know preparing, it might be boring, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
And when the actual conference starts, then you'll understand the importance of your preparation. Then you'll enjoy the conference more if you prepare.
So you gotta stay vigilant, stay active here and here,
Yes,
and then just take your points across.
exactly.
Thank you so much for your time, Keshav. This was honestly an amazing conversation that we had. That's all for today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.